So you got yourself a new pellet grill, now you're trying to figure out what to cook on it. Today, we're talking about pellet grills. And when you first get one, lots of people, they want to jump right into the Big Daddy, that's the brisket. I caution against that. You know, when you're starting to learn a new grill or smoker, you want to have some wins. Brisket is a challenge even for the pros, and if you're going to jump right into it at the gate, you might set yourself up for disappointment. And it's a long cook to get to the end and not be happy with the results. So here's what I would do. Cook number one might surprise you, but it's gonna be grilled chicken. Now, why grilled chicken on a pellet grill or pellet smoker? Well, let me tell you, it's delicious. Chicken likes to be cooked hot and fast, but the problem when you normally cook it over flames is that it gets charred up very easily and the inside is still raw. So with a pellet grill, we've got our grates, and then we've got a diffuser panel that goes all the way down there. It's sloped so that what happens is as you're doing fattier cooks, it goes away from the firebox. On the Yoder, the firebox is here on the left. Lots of them, they're in the center. But what we can do is we can turn this thing up super hot and the flame's not actually gonna touch the meat. But because it's so hot, as long as you preheat it long enough, you're gonna get some good charring and searing. You're gonna turn it a delicious piece of chicken. On the Yoder, what I would do is I would turn it up to 450, let it preheat for 40 minutes. If you've got something like a Traeger, the firebox is in the middle, really anyone that's in the middle, because what's happening here is that diffuser slopes down to carry away the grease, but as it gets towards the middle, the distance between that and the grates is further. So crank it up to like 500. Preheating is the key. Good 40 minutes, get your grates nice and hot. And then it's about 10 minutes one side and 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how thick your breast is, on the other side. And again, you can do marinated. You're not gonna get any of that burning of the marinade. You're just gonna get a little bit of char and you're gonna get yourself some flavorful, juicy chicken. Cook number two, one of my personal favorites, again, smoked burgers. Smoked burgers are delicious. If you've never had them, you're in for a treat. The great thing is you can throw them all on the top rack, smoke them slow, get some nice flavor in there, throw some cherry pellets in there to give yourself a little bit of that color. You're gonna get some redness out of there, and you're gonna get a little bit of a sweet flavor to it. Slow smoke them, then take them off and get this guy into sear mode. Now, depending on your pellet grill, that may be just like we did chicken, turn it up to 500, let it get hot, and then you've got the little sear area. What I will tell you, if you don't have them, almost every pellet grill out there has a set of grill grates that you can buy. Grill grates are aluminum. They soak up the heat and they get really, really hot, so you can get some good searing on them. You can get a kit for the Yoder. No matter what you have out there, look to see if you can find some. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, every pellet grill has that option, but they will help you get some of that sear. Turn this guy up, 450, 500, throw in your grill grates if you got them, and sear your burgers off. Get some nice char, add some flavor, and the way the grill grates work is they've got some channels in them, so the fat and greases drip down, instantly vaporize, and you get some more flavor into your burger. Tell you what, you're gonna like those smoked burgers. Cook number three, baby back ribs. Could be St. Louis, it doesn't really matter, but get yourself some pork ribs and knock them out. You've got a couple different options to do those. You can do a low and slow or a hot and fast. I actually have a full video on doing a hot and fast. I'll put a link to it below. It'll help you, but you can get some baby back ribs done in about 3.5 hours. You can get some smoky flavor in them. There's not a lot of babysitting, and what that does is it gets you the ability to play with a little bit of a longer cook. If you want to take it longer, what I would do is I would start my ribs off 200, 225, get some smoke in there for an hour, and then dial up to 250 or 275. That way you're gonna be able to get a little bit more smoke flavor in it, and you're gonna turn out some great ribs. Now we're getting into some longer cooks. It's time to smoke. Number four is gonna be a pork butt. A pork butt is something that every beginner should start with. It is one of the most forgiving cooks out there, but it gives you the chance to get a long, slow cook and start to learn what smoking food's all about. And it turns out some delicious pulled pork when you're done. You can use that pulled pork for sandwiches, tacos, whatever you want. It's gonna be delicious. Now, you can do a pulled pork typically in 8 to 10 hours, or I have a video where I did a 17-hour overnight unwrapped. Play with it, there's lots of different ways to do it. Pulled pork or pork butt, pork shoulder is something you're gonna enjoy and you're gonna do more of once you figure out how to do them. Now, before we get into our 5th tip, are you subscribed yet? No? Help me out, click that button below, give the video a thumbs up while you're down there. I appreciate it. I think you're learning probably something, hopefully. If you haven't learned enough yet, I do have a Yoder 101 complete playlist that'll be helpful for all new pellet grill owners. Check that out. Let's get on the tip number 5. Now, I said in the beginning, don't be jumping into a brisket right away. But if you're like me and you're a trial by fire kind of person, you might want to jump in. So check out this video right here. This is my easy overnight brisket. You can do it on the weekend. You can even do it during the week if you get your timing right. I go over that in the video. But if you follow the steps, I guarantee you're going to turn out a pretty good first brisket. And that'll just set you a bar that you can get better from there. I think you're going to like it. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you soon.